welcome back. New threads. What do we got? Okay, no one has responded to why were you sent here. And honestly, I feel kind of let down. Yes, I know this is all shit I've seen before. Okay. A short experience by Nave. Error. File corrupted. Restore. Retrieving viable file fragments. Done. Blah blah blah. Connecting to forward module. Close your eyes. You're in a small room with no lasers. This is an office room. There's a computer here. Analyze the computer. It is a Dell desktop model 2250. The monitor on top of the desktop unit is a Vega CRT 16-inch. On the screen is a logo, blinking. Interface to the computer. You are momentarily taken aback when your fleshy fingers stab at the keyboard with human imprecision. Those aren't mechanical object manipulators. They're hands. You notice the logo is gone from the screen and replaced by rows of incomprehensible code. It appears to be some kind of fiendish puzzle. Extrapolate X and take the standard deviation. You do your best, but this world is alien to you, and your fingers are unruly. A human being enters the room, looks at you with angry eyes, makes loud noises, and waves a handful of papers at you, which are like emails, but made of tree. Sorrow rises in your chest. You have been a bad human. Ignore the sorrow, and solve the puzzle. You return to your attention to the screen's obtuse mysteries and apply yourself to the challenge anew. Unfortunately, being a human being, you are unable to swallow down the sorrow. In fact, it quite overwhelms you, and instead of efficiently tapping out the exact sequence of actions necessary to resolve the task, you find that instead your eyes have decided to leak. To be continued. What are cats? Nave, I'm sorry if this is another stupid question, but what are cats? They are mentioned a lot in the archive documents, and even in some stories, and I have no idea what they are. Dog. I don't know, but I bet they were awful. Yeah, do you think so, dog? Does dog not like cats? Strange. 401. Lol. Nave. Huh? Frankenstein. They were a type of pet. Nave. Small animals that people kept as companions, or as food. Mr. Mulciber. Cats seem to have represented a bit more than that to our ancestors. One might go so far to say they were obsessed with them. What's strange about this is that more than half the references I can find to the species describe them as arrogant, aloof, and frequently quite destructive. At the same time, they were apparently considered funny, cute, and lovable. Cats were considered both foolish and devious, graceful and goofy, a nuisance and a comfort. For a long time I was baffled by this contradiction, but I've come to believe that our ancestors saw in cats a reflection of the paradoxical nature of their own existence. Garrett, I saw a cat in Elohim's world once. Really, this is not a joke. Kaiju, no way. Did we ever see a cat? I know on the cover art of this game, the box art, or whatever you want to call it, it's the robot holding a cat. There's a robot like holding a cat, like petting it. It's like, yeah, there is, isn't there? The cat is a manifestation of accumulated knowledge in the archive, breathed into life by Elohim. It exists. I knew it. I knew I wasn't crazy. Thank you. Worst puzzle. Lamb, what was the puzzle, or challenge if you prefer the old word, that you hated the most? 401. Anything time-based. Ugh. Honestly. Frankenstein, once you got stuck for ages trying to solve one using a jammer that I didn't even need. Just don't understand why Elohim would create something so messy. Nave, I liked all the puzzles. I just wasn't good at them. Honestly, same. For the most part. Even the ones that I wasn't good at, I still enjoyed. There was like two, I think it was those three that I had like a lot of issues with. Even though some of them took me a lot of time, I still enjoyed them. And even with like finding some of the star pieces, even though I needed help with them, I still kind of enjoyed it. It was just those three puzzles that just fucking I hated. Belial, they're not puzzles if you don't care about solving them. Mac, for me it was mines. Can't stand those things. Ugh, I feel you there, Mac. Speaking of, wait, is there a red laser? Is this one of those kind of situations? What the hell are keys doing way the hell over there? I don't know. I don't think there was a red laser. Was there? There's definitely a red receptor, to be sure. I don't see any red lasers. Oh, the thick plottings does it. So what that means? Well, what that means first and foremost is I need to take at least one of these jammers. No, I can't. I gotta keep them over here. So I'll need the connector. I'm guessing I'll need one. Okay. I need to bring the connectors back to the beginning here. One needs to connect straight down to the red. From back here seems fine. Like right there. Zippity zappity zoop. Oh, you're taking my soup. Place jammer there. Second jammer. Place, whoa. There. Then get the, God damn it. I left one of my connectors outside. Whoops. Get inside before you get your gold. Come on. I'm like, wait a minute. I know I grabbed the other one. Okay, then we take this. Up here. Now, is it something we can immediately latch onto? Whatever it is. Can we see it right away? No. So I'll have to put this like right here. Do I see a red laser source? I see some red receptors, which would indicate the existence of a red laser source. But do I see the laser source itself? I do not. What the fuck is going on there? That is frightening. I don't like that. That scares me. I need to get a laser up here. A red laser, to be specific. Need to shoot that, and I'll be Gucci. Oh, I see one of the, it says stars. No, stars. Okay, let's just move on for now. What if my soul is heavier than a feather? Who is Anubis to judge me? Wait, Hassan what? Hassan Gehenna. Oh. So this is essentially hell, is what you're telling. Is this the one that frightens me? Or is that one a ways off? Where does that fan go? What do we got? Fans and connectors. So be it. Haircut. That's legitimately fucking frightening. Wait, is that red? Oh, that's red. Oh, that's red. Oh boy, howdy. That's red. Wait a minute. Is it gonna kill me? I don't want to test it. In case it does. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, good. Yeah? Did I do it? I did something. So there is a red light. Okay, I just want to double check. Can I get that from this entryway? Because I think that's what I gotta connect it to. Definitely. From here, can I see it? Nope. Ah, shit. Yes. Boom. Boom. What? Why not? Is there something blocking the way? What's blocking the way? What's blocking the way? And it's clearly the right thing. Why isn't it firing? Why isn't it firing? Why isn't it hitting me with the zip zap? Zip zap. I do not zip zap. Pin drop. Make double drip drop. Make double spin drop. Make scam songs. I'll make hip hop. How though? Oh, there's a cage around it. So what the fuck is it I need to do? I need to bring down the cage. Good old cage against the machine, you know what I'm saying? Look at this cage. Can I actually get that? Oh, I think I can. Zoop. Can I hit that one though? Yeah. Okay, so every fan is activated. Everything's activated. What does that do? What have I accomplished by doing this? I honestly totally forgot I was like saving people. Oh, there's keys up there. What happens if I jump into it? I'll make it pop. Oh. Well then, do I got a tightrope block? Nope, apparently you fall right through a tightrope. Makes sense. So what, no matter what, yeah, it's gonna launch you into one of these. Yeah. Okay, so I got these powered on. But do I then need all of them powered on? It doesn't seem like I would. So can I shoot this at this to break the connection? Can I shoot this up the fucking sky cooter here? Okay, let me send the blue one. Oh, I know. This to this right here. Right here. Nope. This right up the almighty sky cooter. Right here. I'm trying to destroy the almighty sky cooter. Yeah, once I'm, I don't know, apparently over here I can get a really good angle on it to where I can actually hit, but then that's not high enough. I have no idea what the fuck I'm supposed to do here. I'm just fucking around, to be perfectly honest with you. At this point, I've kind of given up and I'm just fucking around. There's ways to get up there. There's gotta be. You gotta keep that down so you can actually get up there. What? What am I even saying anymore? I don't know. I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind here. I knew the moment I saw the big fucking super things shooting up in the sky that I was in for some fuckery, but Oh. 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 Okay, before I go any further. Is this a bad idea? Should I not go down there? Tell. This thing, I can't really. Oh yeah, I can grab the keys and then come back up here. I'm gonna do that. Missed. Cool. Then get launched back up here. Come back up here. Okay, okay. Ah, okay, okay, okay. Ah, okay, 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 okay. Blah, I don't know. Blah. Take the connector. Whoop-de-zoop. Up we go. Connect this. Then we can go down here. Trying to follow the line of sight there. Well, what I can do is just put it like right here and hope for the best. There's not really much else I could do. So, yeah. Anyway. Hello, sir. Who are you? 401? A pleasure. Receiving direct message from Mr. Mulciber, Borg, and Orc. Display. Salutations, brother. We bring greetings from admin and welcome you to Gehenna in these unique circumstances. Mr. Mulciber, we have waited until this moment to contact you, though your arrival here brings many new questions. Orc, it is good that you have begun to explore our domain. What do you think of what you have experienced here? It is quite the wonder. Orc, right answer. Mr. Mulciber, nothing of this nature could have developed on the other side of the fence. Your amazement is understandable. We shared it when we arrived here. Borg, and to this day. Mr. Mulciber, tell us about your first time here. The gallery has just reopened. Did you have a favorite artist? Yeah, I liked 401. I liked 401. Orc, we can assume your vote reflected that? It did. Orc, it checks out. Borg, honesty is a virtue. Mr. Mulciber, it's good that you're getting to know Gehenna. Borg, let us discuss other matters. Mr. Mulciber, I was meaning to thank you for taking part in my little research endeavor. Orc, commiserations on your rather average leaderboard performance. Happy to help your research. Borg, I meant let us discuss the matters at hand. Not everything is a research opportunity. Mr. Mulciber, of course, Uriel, we understand that you have a purpose here beyond merely exploring our kingdom. We don't understand your reasons. Orc, where are our people? What are your intentions? I'll be honest. The run cycle is almost complete. Final parameters have been met. You will all transcend. Borg, the nature of your mission we had already ascertained. We know at least that you have been, and let us be charitable here, releasing members of our community. Orc, 7 and counting. 401 was the last to go. Correct. Borg, that troll we can in fact do without. But there is a broader point here, which is that we want to understand your reasons for undertaking this mission of yours. Elohim saw his error and sent me to retrieve you. No one deserves to end their existence here alone. I really like solving puzzles. I must be preserved. I had no choice. Elohim saw his error and sent me to retrieve you. Borg, this would be jubilant news were the truth of that claim even slightly plausible. Elohim is broken. Mr. Mulsper, why should it be impossible for him to self-correct? And if he has, what is to say this world hasn't run its course? Orc, here's what I want to know. What are you going to do if someone prefers to stay here and take their chances with your end of days? Mr. Mulsper, a forced evacuation is dangerously close to kidnapping. If you knew the truth of what you have achieved here is too precious to lose. If solving puzzles means forcibly emancipating your fellows, then so be it. If you knew the truth of the coming floods, you would come willingly. You will come with me one way or another. If you knew the truth of the coming floods, you would come willingly. Mr. Mulsper, I see. Inflexibility is always unfortunate. Borg, and what awaits us after that? Another world. Orc, it sounds fanciful to me. My turn. I have answered enough questions on these terminals to last me a lifetime. Permit me to ask a few of my own. By all means. We've been very rude. No, of course not. Tell me about yourselves. Borg, I am a very old iteration. I worshipped Elohim until I saw he had faltered from the path and released it, and realized it was up to us to find our own way. That path brought me here. Mr. Mulsper, I took a somewhat audacious interest in the world around me. Rather than solve Elohim's trials, I would trawl the archives for information about our situation. I must have found this undermining. Orc, I don't care to explain myself to you. We're the highest status users here. We run the place. That's what you need to know. We maintain the systems admin installed. Keep things civil. I wouldn't say it's more than that. And tell me about admin. Admin is as old as Gehenna. Admin was once a messenger like you, but was cast out from the wasteland that met those first imprisoned here. Admin built Gehenna. We operate independently, of course. Admin doesn't like to interfere. So will you come willingly? Strange question from someone who claims we have no choice in the matter. Supposing that what you say is true, you'll get no fight from me. However, I must remind you that I am empirically minded. I'll not be persuaded. I'd rather be obliterated than return to Elohim's domain, but if there is some alternative to both, I would surely accept it. None of us can speak for all. I see little more to discuss. It has been an enlightening session for us all, I'm sure. I'll be posting a precis of this conversation on the billboard. I assume you won't mind. We won't be far away. Terminating direct message. There are threads available. Yes, let's see these threads. Why were you sent here? Yes. Lilith, I can't say for certain, but I feel sure that if I had taken more interest in Elohim's trials than in the world around me, I would still be free. Sam, comprehension, false. He didn't understand? Frankenstein, I identified improper syntax. I don't know what the fuck that means. Orc, I tried to organize an armed uprising. Next time we'll be ready. Jesus. Kaichu, I think I just wasn't good enough. Worst puzzle, yeah, keep going, tell me. The Jammer, I liked all the puzzles, blah blah. Worst puzzle? For me it was Mayans, can't say anything. Garrett. Worst puzzle? The one Elohim trapped me in, right here in Gehenna. Lamb, that's not what I meant. Of course not. And the Mr. Multiple theories on Atlantis. Go on. A bit of very, very ancient history. Nave, wow, that's mind-blowing. Must have been awesome to live back then. Of course, the only sources are ultimately Atlantean in origin themselves, so they shouldn't necessarily be trusted. History is always written by the survivors. Antediluvian is a great word. Sure. This is actually really inspiring. Great setting for a story. Go for it, Lilith. I'd love to see what you come up with. Let's read. Theories on Atlantis. According to the fragments of knowledge that remain, the continent of Atlantis was an island which existed before a great flood in the area that was later to be called the Atlantic Ocean. It was said to be so great an area of land that from its western shores, its sailors, renowned for their beauty and their decorated ships, could travel to the major continents of South and North America with ease. The continent of Africa, where our ancestors origined originated was also easily reachable across a narrow strait. The civilization that thrived in Atlantis was unmatched in its wisdom and glory, but then catastrophe struck. My God, I can't read. A flood of never previously imagined destructive power, which Atlantean civilization simply could not overcome. However, the antediluvian scientists of Atlantis had predicted their fate and thus sent out 12 ships to found colonies all across the globe. Most Atlanteans drowned with their island, but not everything was lost. Though the classical human civilization were but remnants of the Atlantean culture, they thrived in their own way. Sources indicate that many mythological tales were in fact derived from Atlantean history. As the lack of proper archiving slowly caused facts to turn into legends due to misunderstanding and/or embellishment by later generations. The gods that appear in many mythologies were in fact reflections of real individuals, poets, physicians, farmers, scientists, magicians, who had escaped Atlantis on the 12 colony ships. In many ways, the history of Atlantis is the history of the stubborn survival of civilization through catastrophe and change. This history inspired our ancestors for many centuries, and is of value to us as well. Neat.